Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. We are in the tower hangar, obviously, and Xur has arrived, so let's take a quick run through of his inventory for the week. Today is May 10th. So what do we got? Of course, you know, your Fated Engram still granting now Forsaken exotics through Forsaken, so year 1 and year 2 Forsaken, but nothing in Black Armory, no quests or anything like that. So short and sweet there. Invitation, that will be a separate video. This one is going to be in, of course, the Dreaming City. It's the only one we haven't had yet. We have had everywhere but the Dreaming City. I'm actually kind of curious where the last one is going to be, since we've covered every planet that we've got now. But you're going to be doing the Corrupted Strike, and of course, Hive samples, Scorn samples, Taken samples. At least we know all of those are on the Dreaming City. So hopefully should be no issues this week in finishing this one. It is called the Hanged Man. So we'll see what happens. Kind of curious where these wrap up. Only 2 to go, so we'll get the final one next week. If you were off in the weeks, because it was off, I finished mine up Wednesday. I think the reset is on Thursday. These need to be done by. But I will finish these up next week for everybody. So stay tuned. Last one should be coming. But this week, for our exotics, we've got the Colony. If you guys don't have this one, haven't seen it before, it is an interesting grenade launcher, mostly just because of the fact that the grenades actually track, and they're not really grenades, they're little bugs. This weapon's grenades are insectoid robots that chase targets and explode close to them. So it's kind of cool to throw into a point if you've got people on a control point and have chase people around a corner. Things like that are kind of cool. Now, you can't avoid these by like running, staying up in the air, stuff like that, but they're still not the easiest thing to avoid. And again, if you can catch people unsuspecting, not knowing they're coming, they are really useful. I don't know if this thing is really the best in PvE, per se. I don't see it much. But in the world of PvP, it is fun and definitely a good way to mess with some people. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you don't have it in your collection, add it in there. Have some fun. Your other perk is Serve the Colony. Insectoid, can't talk apparently, robots. Grenades quickly repopulate the magazine from reserves while the colony is unequipped. So basically all that means is when you don't equip it, you will be getting more into your magazine reloaded. So it's basically kind of an auto-loading holster situation. It just won't call it that. So it's got a fancy name, same thing. Got linear compensator, high velocity rounds, and composite stock. But if you don't have this thing, it's kind of fun. A couple of the ornaments are fairly cool. So if you don't have it, pick it up, mess with some people, enjoy your Crucible fun. For your hunters, we've got the young Ahamkara spine. I'm so glad these all preview now, even if my body is spaceman body. You can see them at least. So you got the dragon bones on your arm. They wiggle. They look really awesome. I love the art on these for sure. Wish Dragon Teeth is your intrinsic perk. Increases Tripmine grenade duration and blast radius. Ability damage grants Tripmine grenade energy. So, 2 things. Your grenades last longer and blow up bigger, so that's a good thing for trip mines. If you like them, they're going to get double benefits. Ability damage grants trip mine grenade energy, so if you get grenade damage, you're going to get grenade energy recharged back. So nice pairing there. Basically, they're pretty straightforward. If you like trip mine grenades, these are for you. Have some fun, make them last longer, have them explode bigger, all good things around. If you're not really a trip mine person, pick them up, throw in your collections, don't use them. That's really a preference up to you. Does seem like the perks are still not fixed for randomness, so we've got a pretty consistent set here. Fusion rifle loader, hand cannon loader, impact induction, sniper scavenger, and machine gun scavenger. Those have been the same perks on pretty much everything for the past few weeks. Mask of the Quiet One for your Titans. Also a cool one. Again, art team, always killing it. You've got the Dreaded Visage. Grants ability energy when you're damaged. Pretty much straight up and all the time. So kind of a good general use one depending on what you're doing. When critically wounded, regain maximum health on kills. So this is more of a survival one than anything. It's actually got a decent pair of perks on it as well. You've got sniper reserves, you've got machine gun reserves. So those are always good. If nothing else, again, the reserves are good things for machine guns because they did get hit a little bit in the reserves department, so the more the merrier. Sniper reserves, especially things like Whisper, which seems to be quite popular right now for a very specific use. So if you are looking for reserves specifically and don't have like a helm that has the null on them, something like that, this actually isn't terrible. Because for a Titan, really what you're going to be doing in the final room of, say, the 0-hour mission, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I won't spoil it, but gaining ability energy when you're damaged is probably going to happen a lot. When critically wounded, regain maximum health on kills, also probably going to happen a lot. So that's actually not a terrible one for survival in there, in the grand scheme of things. If you don't have a lot of other options, but you're in the mix and, you know, kind of not flush with exotics, this one actually is not a terrible one. Between this perk and these 2 reserves, those are alone pretty solid. Fusion rifle targeting, hand cannon targeting, hands-on, those are still there as well. Finally, for the Warlocks, I have another world. Kind of a crazy, kooky one. Basically, your big, giant space-fed dome chilling out in that fog. Cerebral Uplink is your intrinsic perk here. Highlights priority targets and improves the regeneration speed of your grenade, melee, and rift abilities. So, you get to highlight targets, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But you improve the regeneration speed of all abilities. That's pretty cool. Just general overall use again on this exotic. Same perks on the helm, fusion, hand cannon, hands-on, sniper, and machine gun reserves. So depending on how much you've been playing, some of these exotics may not sound all that flashy, but if you're relatively newer to the game and you're especially looking for something to beef up like reserves for Whisper, which you still may not have yet, which will be beneficial later on. Machine gun reserves, because more machine gun bullets is basically always a good thing. If you're looking for those two helms alone are not bad. They're pretty general use, and they're not amazing, but they're also not just like trash totally either. They have some just all the time usefulness. If you like Tripmines, Young Ahamkara Spine, those are basically for you. But that pretty much wraps up Xur. I'm going to do the Invitation of the Nine in a separate video, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up, work on all of that in the Dreaming City, and I'll show you guys what that lore bit looks like today, and also see if there's any tips as I finish that one up as well. Thank you guys very much. Finished up the Last Word podcast this morning. You guys can look for the audio up sometime today or tomorrow. Same with the video. That one probably will be scheduled for the morning as well. So thank you all very much. Stay tuned, have fun, be working on, of course, solo content. I've got a very specific one I'll be working on, so you guys can follow me on twitch.tv/Ebontis to catch that work live. You guys can follow me on Twitter and then right here on YouTube. If you have not subbed yet, please do so. Really close to 34,000, been trying to creep up over that one, so if you haven't subbed yet, please hit that subscribe button and help me push this channel forward. It helps me out a lot and doesn't take you guys very much. So if you do enjoy the video, drop a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. You guys know where to find me. It's Ebontis everywhere. Have a great weekend. Enjoy some Detective Pikachu if that's what you're going to go do. I'll probably see it at some point. So I'll see you soon. Have a good one.